excuse me, and I return. Sorry for the mild delay and the repeat of the music. I needed to very quickly grab something. Screen cap is up. Yeah, I know, chat blocker, on my way. There we go. Okay. Thank you for waiting, everyone. Wait, need to unmute. And to those of you on YouTube, welcome to this new VOD. What, did I preempt you, Gazzy? Fine, just this once. Look, high stream. Let me say evening all to everyone who isn't here currently. Wait. Oh, right, that's tomorrow. Yeah, I was about to ask Kaz. Damn it. Kazzy, do we want to do Titan right now, or do we want to do the Final Fantasy XV event? Or is that more something I should do on my own time? Do that on your own time. Very well. First, though, let me very quickly go gamble. Also, to the Dutch Gambling Authority, who won't even allow me to take part in using my channel points in goddamn channel predictions. Up yours! Gambling for life! No, this doesn't bug me. 7, 8, 9, and 1, 2, 3 are all out with this. Oh well. Well, here's to hoping 7, 8, 9 is here. Damn. Ah, 1, 2, 3 was an option. I could have won 10,000. Oh well. You know what? I'll take the 3,600. Yee. Anyway, with that done, yeah, duties. Anyone else want in? Caravader, you here? Fair enough, Kebab Thief. I'm going to take on Titan. Hard. Yes, there are very many bad jokes about fighting hard Titan, but let's not. Because every time I make jokes like that, I blush furiously and look like a twit, Boxon. Did you not already do him, Giggity? No. What do you mean the party's been disbanded? Oh, I'm in a cross-world party. Okay. As you can see, I still need to defeat Titan. Alright. Don't mind, I could come along either as a healer or damage dealer. Need to switch characters for the last one. We can still use a healer from what I understand, so... I've seen it before, Ray. It's adorable. It's not quite VV, but it's close enough to be adorable. No, it's named Gigi. But yeah, it is Vivi in every way, shape, and form. Best black mage. Seriously, best black mage in the entire franchise. Because Hildebrand. It's fine. Anyway, should we do voice chat for this? Because I can quickly hop into the voice channel on Discord if you guys want. Fair enough. Really, Ray? We start Iceberg Saga. That's a bit of a change in tone, but sounds nice. Oh well, I guess then we're full up on everyone who can / wants to join, Casey. The guy who invited us to this char festival was like 110% sure. Need to invite Beliar. He's not in our cross-world link on that character. Beliar! Sorry, I thought he was already in. Oh! Right, Jenny and Tweebs have also leveled to that point. About what, Beliar? Oh well, shall we sign up, Cassie? Oh yeah, that makes sense, Kevin. Cassie? Oh, it's listed in A Realm Reborn. Yeah, but the hard mode, does that unlock in A Realm Reborn? I honestly don't know. No, Hunt. I took my break then switched games. Then did you read the Discord DM? I did not. I'll keep that in mind. Christ, Lania's already level 70 plus. Yeah, Sinrig's mentioned something along those lines, I think. Full group. Oh dear. Full group with 8 friends. Possible, Smiley. There we go. That looks like level 60 to me, Kazi, so yes. Yes, I'm doing this just to look fancy. Oh god, Titan's quotes are actually from the MSQ. Oh god, I feel terrible already. Cheers, Brad. As ever, once again, thank you. Always happy to have you. And enjoy your load. Ah, get to the end. Not enough lava to make lava beef. Never mind, lava beef it is. Alright, I'm trying to cast Enochian, but... Wasn't me! I did not fall off! But yeah, I'm trying to cast Enochian, but this is synced to level 50, so I kind of really can't. Okay, I'm just going to guess blow up the bomb boulders. Oh. God, making his other bars look bad. Can we get that? I'm a little bit worried about the fact that Titan is only on half health and we're already rapidly running out of battlefield. Happy music, by the way, for this. I'll admit, Carvader, I never knew that. It's not my favourite track, I have to admit, but... Nice. Face plant for victory. Okay, that weapon looks cool. I'm not really give an actual gear with it. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Whoa! Indeed. Now, to those of you wondering why I said, oh dear God, why for this particular part, the reason Titan was summoned was because we were escorting a small child, and said small child found their parents sacrificed for the resurrection ritual. The anguish and sadness in said small child was what brought Titan back. Hence why Titan kept yelling, please listen, hear me, get up, wake up, and oh god, I felt terrible. So, I did not kill small child. Titan is a separate entity. But I suspect I'm about to kill my emotions with the moment I leave here. Thank you very much for the group, everyone. There is no follow-up story to that. That's kind of lame. I know I need to turn in, but usually it's just the moment you leave the dungeon the story continues. Apparently this is the only group thing, Smiley, so Cassie said no need. Hi, Cassie. Over there. Oh, one moment, let me formally wave back. I figured, Carvader. You're back. God, what a relief. Yes. Ah, there he is. Did I not tell you we would return safe and sound? The deed is done then. Titan is no more. Good. There's been enough tragedy this day. He's been like that since he regained consciousness. We believe he can hear us, but he has made no attempt to respond. He's almost certainly still in shock, but we cannot discount the possibility that he succumbed to the Primal's influence. Should that prove to be the case, he must be put to death like any other thrall. Such is the Alliance's policy, yes? You have the right of it. Yeah, basically anyone who is hit by the influence of a Primal is essentially a mind slave. It's not really a good thing. But we must not rush to conclusions. After all, we once feared that Isael's followers were beyond reason, and many have since laid down their arms and accepted Ishgard's peace. Tempered, that was the term. It's been a long time since that's been brought up, actually. We can but watch, wait, and pray. Damn it, Throat, don't play up now, please. I am actually doing well on keeping up with the stream, and I don't want to fall apart. I know what happened. God help me, I was there, but the thought that we might have to... Seven hells, he's just a child! There's naught to be gained from dwelling on an eventuality over which we have no control, much less one which may never even come to pass. Let's tend to more immediate matters, informing Commander Bluiden of Titan's demise, for example. Tea indeed. You may be certain he'll be glad of the news. Would you be so kind as to give it to him? Yeah, the rest of the conversations are unchanged. Be nice, Smiley. That makes perfect sense, Rax. If you don't want to be spoiled, definitely drop into Lurk or go to another stream. I will not look at you askance. I don't want you to leave, but obviously... Is that your Jimbo? I mean, I suppose I should say Chojimbo, but still. Fair enough, Rax. As ever, appreciate you dropping in and lurking. Smiley, I think this is the point where you should probably stop. Ah, you're a sight for sore eyes. When the others came back without you, I feared the worst, but they said you had matters well in hand. I did. Titan's dead. Congrats. All settled then, is it? I'm glad to hear it, but not half as glad as my men'll be, believe you me. Regardless of whether or not he was summoned properly, a primal's a primal, and there ain't a soul in the maelstrom that hasn't lost a friend to one. I didn't know that barding existed. What do you mean? Oh, for the barding for yeah. I didn't know either. Don't get me wrong, we were all prepared to die to do our part, but we weren't so naive as to think we'd live to tell the tale. Thankfully, of course, it didn't come to that, which, my friend, sounds to me like cause for celebration. Now, I know you lot have places to be, but why not stay the night? We'd be honoured to raise a glass to the triumphant return of Titan's Bane. I feel like that would be a little bit uncaring, given how Titan was summoned.
Who goes there?
It's just me.
Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp. He hasn't been feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, alas. It's so quiet out here. The stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space. Dawn may banish even the darkest night. How bitterly beautiful, those words. I should be stronger for all my experiences.
That wasn't Smiley asking that, Vader. That was Brev.
My heart aches more than ever. I never understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness, I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not fathom how these people were more deserving of his love than his family, than me. But when Grandfather revealed the whole truth of the calamity to us, I finally understood. And I resolved there and then to continue his legacy in my own way. My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them. I have lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve and of the people whose actions I could not understand.
Could it be considered that you're slightly sheltered, Alice?
There were others, of course. Good people. People with whom I felt a kinship, whose lives I could not save. I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end? But then I recalled Grandfather's words to my father, years ago, before he left Charlayan behind forever.
For reference, by the way, this girl has a bit of an idealist streak, but was very much soured on most of the races of the world for political conniving and bullshit, so she's been out of the picture for a long goddamn time, and now is trying to return to form, as it were.
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing.
Let me up the volume a bit, then.
We have to try, do we not?
Better?
Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do. There were times while I was tracking the warriors of darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Urianger, of you. Oh, pray forgive me. This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it? Mayhap you could recount some of your adventures in Ishgard.
I'm sorry, I'm a silent protagonist, apparently, so no. Yay, history.
We had no clear memories of our life in the hinterlands, having returned to the motherland as infants. Nevertheless, I am quite familiar with Master Matoya, as is every Charlayan. I should like to speak with her someday.
She will very quickly disabuse you of that notion. Just putting it out there, Alice. She will very quickly undercut you wanting to speak to her.
'Twould not surprise me if Alphino's recent maturation was at least somewhat due to her sage guidance. I would never tell him this, of course, But there have been moments when I've caught myself thinking of him as an elder brother.
Why is the camera Oh, it's... The camera isn't acting wonky, it's just that floating island in the background that's completely messing with my tired brain. That genuinely made me go... Blah, 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 blah.
The hopes and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, Warrior of Light.
Yeah, what else is bloody new?
As long as the sun rises, we can but carry on. For the sake of those we hold dear.
Try not to ruin the moment. Thank you. Oh look, an arsehole. I mean, I now know that they have reasons they're doing what they're doing, but they're still arseholes.
To what end dost thou cling to the tainted gifts of the Mother?
Every tool has its purpose. Even this. Well, what is it?
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
What did the man in white have to say?
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
Clearly.
Well, that's easy for him to say. It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
Don't worry. When I get my hands on him, it will be.
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scion's thoughts. And thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
What, Cassie? Fair enough. Feel free, because now I'm curious what you've discovered.
Foresee? Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
Pray do not mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation. Shouldst thou be of like mind, pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardor belongeth not unto the Ascians alone. With thine own hand strike down thine enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all-too delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
Dick.
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
Well, looks like I'm going to be dodging an assassin for the next couple of quests.
Very well. Draw him out. We'll make it quick.
It shall be done. What good a creed one cannot uphold? What hurts soothed. What lives saved. Oh, hapless fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands? Minfilia, my friends, I shall not now beg your forgiveness. Full deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path. As Moonbreeder remains steadfast, so too shall I.
Strider? Oh. I was wondering what the crap is targeting me here. What ho, Lazarus? I trust you had a good night's rest? What ho? God, they like old-fashioned English. I was but this moment speaking with Thancred and Yustola via Linkpearl. They had some interesting news to share. Apparently, during the course of their respective investigations, both came across crates which had once borne Ishgardian seals. It would seem that someone in the capital has been very busy indeed. Accordingly, the Temple Knights have launched a full-scale investigation. Sir Emmerich believes it's only a matter of time before the culprits are found, but we shall have to wait and see. To those of you wondering what the crap he's talking about, a primal can only be summoned with a vast amount of crystals, which are all seemingly being stolen from the city of Ishgard. God. Yeah, it's less, but it's not gone yet. I do feel like I'm coughing less, though. I'm not sure how obvious that is on stream or not. In the meantime, it seems only prudent to look into the recent activities of the other tribes, in case they too are flushed with his guardian crystals. And, with that in mind, I suggest we pay Urianger another... wait, where is Alice? She was here a moment ago with Gabu. God damn it, McTribble. Would you be so kind as to look for my sister? She's doubtless somewhere in the camp, but... well, I'm sure you'll find her. Will I, though? Oh, yes, I will. Also, by the way, hey, McTribble. Hope you're doing well. Ah, let me guess, it's time to leave, isn't it? My apologies for disappearing again. If it's any consolation, I have already packed my things. How is he? Brother, Commander Bluiden, something tells me you're not solely here out of concern for his welfare. But to answer your question, there's been no change. He will not speak or eat. I'm not even sure if he slept. If he did, he seems none the better for it. He just shuffles about with the same expression on his face. You will look after him, won't you, Commander? And treat him with every kindness? He's still in there, I know it. Beneath the anguish and the despair, he's still fighting with all his heart. He deserves to be given that chance, until he comes back to us, until we know for certain what has become of him. Aye, you needn't worry. If he hadn't risked his neck to warn us and help you secure the better part of the crystals, this could have turned out a damn sight worse than it did. We'll not soon forget that, and nor will Maelstrom Command. I'm so sorry, Gabu. I truly am. You should never have been made to... and I know I can't possibly understand. Mayhap there's nothing I can do or say. The pain, the anger, the helplessness. Hold fast to the memories of better times. Remember them as they were. And when it hurts so much your heart feels fit to burst, let it burst and fill up again with your love for them. And never, ever forget. Come along, little one. I will remember them. And you, Alice. Thank you. Aww. Have faith, sister. Your words have reached him. In time he will recover. And those who orchestrated these events will be made to answer for their crimes. A thousand times over, there will be a reckoning. Angry nod. Yeah, oh god, fucking shit. Fine. I will return to the waking sands. I'm fine. Shit. Kazi, moment of honesty. My throat is starting to hurt again, so I'm going to go on for as long as I can. But I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to last the entire 2 hours. I hope that's not a huge problem. And yes, I can fly nowadays. Point is, the difference between flying and walking is very slim. The path to it is very straightforward. I suppose. Also, I'm not sure if Kazi even heard because she's rambling in party chat. How could she? Slightly. You know what? Just to make the point. Let me just go back to where it started. Because, yeah, flying is a bit faster than walking pace, as it were. That's another option. Fair enough, Kazi. I'm teasing. But yeah, if you were to walk from Horizon, this is the path you take. So this straight line. A very mild curve. And then this straight corridor. And then you're also in Vesper Bay. So the difference in terms of how much effort it takes is very slim in terms of flying versus walking. But yeah, let's go speak to not a traitor. I mean to Urianger. Hi, Orangina. We have heard the glad tidings from Ogomoro, my friend. By the grace of the 12s and your most valiant efforts, the people of Limsa Lominsa may rest easy. I should like to think so, yes. Though we failed to prevent the Lord of Crags from manifesting, we did succeed in weakening him, enabling our friend to dispatch him before the Warriors of Darkness could make matters worse. It was by no means an unmitigated success, but it will have to suffice. Then let us speak of another matter, one which weigheth heavy on my lady's mind. As thou didst request, I sought out the Garon oracles, that we may better understand the aims of the Warriors of Darkness. Through their copious use of allegory, though their copious use of allegory defieth any single interpretation, the oracles paint a most disturbing picture, one of worlds parallel to our own, apart yet linked, reduced to ruin with every umbral calamity. 7 times have they succeeded. Then of 10 and 3, only 6 worlds remain. Aye, all is as my lady Minfilia spake unto thee. As for what becometh of the reflections when they and the source are rejoined, frail flesh undone in umbral fires, each soul surrendereth to her call, to flow unto the endless sea, there to endure as one and none. Then if the Warriors of Darkness succeed, everyone in their world will die? In essence, aye. The verse speaketh of the renunciation of the flesh and subsequent return to the life stream. However, this fate may yet be preferable to the alternative, for if the first were to fall to transcendent light in the manner the Warriors of Darkness described, it would give way unto a void, wherein none may know either life or death. Far better to die, they reason, for in death there is life. The essence of a soul which returneth unto the source may be born anew, saved. Such, at least, is their belief, I assume. If that is true, then... gods, no one should ever have to make such a choice. Ere we speak further on this subject, I would share with thee another recent discovery. It would seem that several sizable shipments of crystals have been delivered into the hands of certain Alamegan parties. Alamegans? Strange. And you believe this to be the work of the same Ishgardian smugglers who supplied the beast tribes? I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. Unless thou wonder at their motive, I would remind you that the Asians did once attempt to bring about the summoning of Ralgra. The individuals who took receipt of these shipments are refugees belonging to a group devoted to the cause of Alamegan liberation. Yeah, Steam always installs those frameworks as well. It may also interest thee to know that their Ishgardian suppliers appear to be none other than the remnants of Eileen Royale's network of spies. Surely you jest. And yet it's not so surprising. Bereft of leadership and hunted by the Alliance, I can well imagine such villains being desperate enough to conspire with the Asians, assuming they even know or care who their new employers are. All of which is irrelevant. Forgive me, we must seek out the resistance group which received the crystals without delay. Lazarus, Alice, will you come with me to Little Alamigo? Someone doesn't trust Urianger. Yes, of course. I should like to hear what they have to say for themselves, first hand. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Phone call. Half an hour. Alice, Lazarus, are you through listening? Good. I have tidings. Actually, I can't hear you. The Temple Knights raided the smuggler's warehouse less than an hour ago. A cursory interrogation of the prisoners yielded confirmation that they were in the employ of, and I hope you're sitting down, a man in black robes. Then you have them. And the crystals too? What few remained, aye. Regrettably, it would seem they dispatched one final shipment in the hours before we struck. It was bound for Little Alamega, we're told, where it will be received by members of a local resistance group. Since Emmerich's men no longer have need of my services, I have a mind to head that way. As do we, by happy coincidence. We learned of the shipments but a few moments ago. Ha! There I was thinking I might finally be one step ahead of the Warrior of Light and his little helpers. I mean, I know I'm tall, but that's rude to Alphino and Alisei, Thancred. Wait a moment, there's more, and I defy you not to be surprised by this revelation. The leader of the Ishgardian smugglers was formerly in the employ of one Eileen Royale, the infamous Ivy herself. So, Thancred, once again, Thancred, I fear I must inform you that... Thancred, with whom else have you shared this information? About the smugglers? No one. As I think I mentioned, the raid was less than an hour ago. I was planning to contact Ishtola next, but there's someone else you would have me notify first? No, there isn't. Yeah, it's almost like Alisei doesn't trust Urianger. Can't think why. And yeah, Beliar, I always manage to get turned around here. Pray proceed with all due caution. To what end these refugees covered crystals remaineth to be seen. Oh, at least he's keeping up the bit. What in the world has gotten into her? It's twice now that we've sought Urianger's aid, and twice she's treated him as if he were a stranger. It's almost like she's sharper than you right now, Alphino. The Archon was one of Grandfather's most dedicated pupils, and spent as much time at the Leveilleur estate as we did. He's practically a member of the family. Truth be told, I struggle to recall a day from my childhood when I didn't see the three of them laughing together. If this continues, I may have to raise the matter. Later, though. Little Alamigo will wait. Maybe she's onto something, Alphino. I'm fine. Blah, blah. Let me immediately move on. But yeah, I'm not employing horrible people, Prep. I'm a horrible person. There's a difference. Still no sign of Thancred. Hey, Beerforce, thank you so much for the tier 1 resub.
Floof, floof.
Floof indeed. I will get to the bottom of this. Oh, forgive me. It's been a long day. Did you have something to say? Urianger? Oh, I've always struggled to understand what's going on in his head. Now, more than ever. What'll it be for that resub, Beerforce? Bean? 2 chips? Time? Well, Beerforce always goes floof when he resubs, but if you wish, Poppy. Listen, Lazarus, if anything should happen, it should be me who... Just know that I am prepared to do what must be done. Right then, to more pressing matters. Since we have no idea when Thancred might arrive, I suggest we see what information we can gather in his absence. Hiccups, again. What the crap, stomach? Calm down. Let's pray that someone will be willing to speak with us about the Resistance. Oh, Jesus Christ. You... How dare you forget about the street? Don't say sorry! Christ, take care of yourself! I hope... All the hugs, all the support and all the best. Seriously, not angry with you, but... If there's anything you need not apologise for, that one is very much near the top of the list. Hunt, would you be so good as to bank that resub? So, to review, we are reliably informed that members of the Alamegan resistance here have taken receipt of several large shipments of crystals, our task being to ascertain who and why. Fair enough, Prep. Get you some rest, and speak soon. For now, thank you very much for dropping in. Given the size of the settlement, I find it hard to believe that anyone here could be wholly unaware of the Resistance's movements. The challenge, of course, will be finding individuals who are both able and willing to share such information with us outsiders. Cheers, Hunt. It would seem sensible to divide our forces. Lazarus, why don't you question the residents in the eastern half of town? Alice and I will do the same in the west, and afterward we can rendezvous here to share our findings. Cool. Pretty much what Poppy said. All the support, Beer Force. I shall do my utmost to now stop talking about it and provide distractions! Let's continue playing a game instead. Anyway, sorry. If I'm not silly, something is wrong, I suspect. Alright, the Resistance. Damn if I know, it's not as if I'd be any use to it. There we go. Properly voice acted because I needed to cough anyway. If you set store by all those tales of secret weapons, good luck to you, but I'm too old for the mask's bedtime stories. This is our lot. It's time we got used to it. I'm sorry, is there someone there walking around named Yo Honey? I like this random NPC dialogue. Don't mind her, it's not that she hates you, she hates everyone. Well, let me guess, come to join the fight, have you? No need to deny it, friend, you're not the first to answer the Griffin's call. What? Well, he's lit a fire in every Alamegan's heart. He's also inspired more than a few Uldans to pledge themselves to the cause. A little wonder, the Garleans won't stop until we're all under the yoke. Someone in the aisle next to me knocked down 2 5-high stacks of big refrigerators. Oof. To be honest, Tank, as soon as the stream ends, I'm going to lie down and I'll probably go knock out almost immediately. Actually, I said I'd explain why I'm so tired, and then I got distracted, didn't I? Yay, ADHD. To make a long story short, yesterday I had a very lengthy call with an employee of the municipality in order to determine whether I can be made part of a registry to give me guidance and assistance in finding and retaining a job. That call was an evaluation call, so basically my entire life story passed again. So I was stressy as fuck for the call, and during the call it was a case of not every memory that I had to bring back for that one was a very good one. So I was very, very drained at the end of yesterday, and that kind of lasted into today. So if I seem slow and sluggish, that'd be why. But with that out of the way, Beer Force, I am really glad that you managed to stay out of the way, because Christ. Also, 5 high stacks of big refrigerators. Warehouse, I take it? Yeah, I can imagine. That's terrifying. Yeah, okay. I was wondering, because a 5-high stack of refrigerators isn't something that you'd find in your local, you know, standard supermarket. Crimes. Yeah. I don't think anyone would blame you for being scared shitless for a bit, because I would be scared absolutely shitless. I just haven't gone to sleep yet, and I'm close to 24 hours of being awake. One moment. Let me see if I can very quickly find it. Ah, yes. Ah, shame, I can't find the actual quote. Basically, I was going to play a voice line from Dungeon Keeper 2. Specifically, your nocturnal perseverance has earned you a hidden gaming tip. Go to bed! Dungeon Keeper 2 appreciates occasionally taking the piss out of the player, and I fucking love that. That'd do it, Beer Force. I'm going to assume that your manager/boss was entirely okay with you taking a day for mental recuperation, as it were. At least not until I get my iPhone 13 Pro. You and your phone. Do enjoy it, though. Anyway. The Griffin's the leader we've been waiting for. Mark my word! With his help, we'll finally take back our homeland. Sure, Siegfried. That sounds very, yes. Oh, hi, Cavader. Why do those remind me of summoning emblems from Final Fantasy X? How long ago did this patch come out, Caravader? That many years. Okay, I'm missing one more NPC. Hi, Gazzy. Okay, according to the game, there should be another NPC to speak to, but I'll be buggered if I can see him. Oh, never mind, I think I found him. I see you there going round asking questions. Looking for the Griffin and his lot, I'll bet. Seems that they talk a little Alamigo these days. Folk wondering what he's about. What he's got in store for the Garleans. And what's under that mask is, of course. Do you mind? Some say he's hardly got a face, what with all the scars. Others reckon he's been marked for death by the Empire, and they'd send a bloody legion if they knew we were here. Your guess is good as mine. I'll keep that in mind, Tank. Ever wear a mask like that? They're bloody hot. You must have a pretty damn good reason for wearing one all the time. I'd sooner stay indoors. Right, next stop. Well, that was easier than expected. There's not a soul here who isn't eager to talk about our masked friend. I suppose I should ask what you learned, but I think I already know. This Griffin seems to be the leader of a newly formed faction within the Resistance, the Masks. Yet despite their growing popularity, no one seems to know much about them. Only that they are the most aggressively militant group to join the movement in recent memory. Indeed, many claim their commitment to the cause of Alamegan liberation is unrivaled. We can but hope that their revolutionary fervour is never challenged in the direction of a primal. Though I feel confident that this is the group which received the crystal shipments, yet we lack proof. Before taking any actions, I would speak with the settlement's leader to confirm my suspicions, and mayhap enlist his help while I'm about it. Given that you and Gundobald are already acquainted, mayhap it would be best if you took the lead. Shall we? Hello, Gazzy. Hello, Gazzy's horse. Hello, Poxon's fart cloud. Hello, Dancing Curvator. I swear to God, it's like having an entourage. To hear people speak of him, this Griffin sounds like a man in his middle years, but if that's the case, just what has he been playing at for these past 2 decades? If he's so devoted to the cause, why has he waited until now to do something about it? Unless, of course, he hasn't. Naught would please me more than to be wrong about all of this.
Much as it pleases me to see you again, Lazarus, I cannot help but wonder if I should be worried. I hear you and yours have been asking questions. The Griffin? Aye, I know of him, as do we all. He and his masks have become a leading faction within the Resistance. Though there was suspicion at first, given his secretive ways, he quickly proved himself a charismatic and capable commander. Men are drawn to his passion and his vision. They truly believe that he has what it takes to lead them to victory. Even I cannot help but admire the man for what he's accomplished. But I have not forgotten Wilrid. I was blind to the danger of his ambitions, and you were not. The Griffin will soon deliver a speech to our people at the sunken temple of Kharn. Go and see him with your own eyes, weigh his words with your own heart.
How convenient. 'Tis but a pity Thancred isn't here to join us. You two go on ahead. I shall stay behind and wait for him. Whatever could be keeping him? If he's taken the scenic route, leaving us to do all the hard work, I shall treat him to a piece of my mind. Yeah, I think he may be in some trouble.
Men who can inspire such fervour in their followers are destined to shape the world. In what manner, however, isn't always clear. Till it's too late. The young ones will led astray once. Help us ensure that it never happens again. For their sake, and for Wilrid.
Oh yeah, I should look into that. Hello, my entire entourage, again. I just need to buy a suit somewhere in Uldar and dye a headpiece grey, don't I? I mean, if you want to get rid of them, Carvader, feel free to send them over because I don't mind expanding the collection. I just thought I'd give others a chance because I tend to be greedy with that sort of thing. Has it begun already? I hear voices coming from within. I need to trade, can't I? Alright, soon as this cutscene's over, because I suspect I'm going into cutscene mode.
Brothers and sisters, 20 years ago, Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire.
Yeah, 'twere.
In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled.
Sloppy.
Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same. We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out, building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country, or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery. The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight.
Okay, Griffin, see, you're doing a few things wrong in rebelling against the Empire. Firstly, you're not a woman. Secondly, you have ties to Alamigo. You're doing that wrong. You shouldn't have any ties to the place you're trying to liberate. And thirdly, you don't have a train base. Lacking all those things, you're going to fail. I mean, having all of those things, you're still going to fail because you'd be shit at being a rebellious person. But you know, at least you'd be a protagonist. Or close to a protagonist, wanting to bone one at least. Yes, I am taking the piss out of Renoa, thank you.
They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us. And they have murdered us. But no more! Blood demands blood, and the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands. This I promise you, for we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Alamigan standard raised over the mountains of Gia Arbania once more!
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that. Wait, is that...
What are you two doing here?
Why are you two not in touch? Also, Jesus Christ, lady. Cover yourself up. I know, they're in a desert. It's fine.
I could ask you the same thing.
Well, well, this is quite the surprise.
Yes. Why didn't you get in touch, you stupid potato?
If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel...
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
Also, I'm going to have to ask this. How is this staying on? Is she using butt adhesive spray or something? Or in this case, thigh adhesive spray. Because in no way does this cloth actually work. And that has been bothering me since the very first time I met her. It's all the sweat. God, why the hell did you two not get in touch? I'm going to be annoyed with him, aren't I? Ugh. Of all the places to meet, it has to be fate. What the, oh, right. Thank you. I have cat. Yeah, cat. Okay, guys. Enough imagery, please. Thank you. Where is it? I'll probably be swapping back to Midgard's armor, but I do want to see this one. That is adorable. Wait, there's more. More what? Okay. Ah, you have a counterpart. Nice. Yeah, those are adorable. Yeah, it is my imagination, but you seem rather more rugged and world-weary than when we last spoke. Quite. Wrong button. Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well. And you, though it was pretty obvious you and Lazarus would be fine. The Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the Scions, divided as they were and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea. But if you truly believe that... Forgive me, what exactly have you two been doing all this time? Asking the real questions here. Repaying a favour. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Uldar, and we would not have been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance. That's right, they smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in Little Alamigo, all at great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a while. When we learned of the Scion's exoneration, that Lolo Rito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves, and that General Rauban had been reinstated, we resolved to make contact, but having long since discarded our link pearls as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. Have you considered Moogle Mail? The network spans the entire world. To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to a courier. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, that you never received it. Okay, never mind. He did think about Moogle Mail. Moogle Mail just fucked up. And I know exactly which Moogle to blame. You mean the lazy fucker who deputized me to do his hard work? Moogles aren't exempt from being lazy buggers. To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the masks are happy to let the refugees spread the word within the community, they're pretty strict about communicating with outsiders. Oh, and we also heard a rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs. The Griffin mistrusts the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Curious. It is well known that we are no friends to Garlemald. One would think the man we saw beseeching all and sundry to join his cause would welcome our support. Ah, I should say that the man you saw was not in fact the Griffin, but an impersonator, and a talented rabble-rouser to boot. It would not surprise me if he were responsible for the majority of these public appearances. Oh, cool. As you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. It's hard to know what to make of it all. The secrecy, the impersonators, the masks. Ida. Ida. I can understand bitching about the secrecy and the impersonators, but do you not see the irony about bitching about masks? Do you not, Ida? Just moving on. What? It's not as if I'm making all of you wear one, and mine only covers half my face. It's completely different. Thank you, game, for immediately pointing that out as well. Also, by the way, did I say hi, Mariliu, yet? Hi, Mariliu. Sorry. Anyway, when we heard the Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the... to get a better sense of the man! For all the good it did. And now you've heard the whole of it, but tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the Griffin? Summoning? You're not serious! I can't believe it! The Resistance would never even entertain such a ridiculous plan, but the Griffin... Well, the man is an enigma. I cannot say with any confidence what he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. The masks have made many such claims of late. I confess I had assumed it to be mere bluster, but in the context of the shipments of which you spoke, it is not impossible that they are alluding to a primal. Whatever it is, we'll find out together, and if anyone tries to stop us, they'll answer to me. Indeed. That is, assuming you'll have us. Yeet. Okay, but where the fuck are Thancred and Alizé? Jesus. Mass summoning more noises! Do you honestly think he's planning to... For a split second I read that as an Ul'dan naturist and I was completely derailed. Do you honestly think he's planning to liberate Alamiga with the help of a primal? I mean, could he really be that stupid? Look at the otters. I'm sorry, but why am I forcibly reminded of the Rescue Rangers? Am I alone in that? I mean, adorable, but seriously, if that was a rodent, that would be Rescue Rangers. Also, someone's been playing Monster Hunter by the look of that cat. Yeah, exactly! That goddamn outfit is basically Chip. Or is it Dale? I can never remember which is which. There's a Monster Hunter trial. Of course there is. The amount of collaborations this bloody game's done, I'm not surprised. That'd be Dale. Fair enough. Already spoke to you. In retrospect, that tale is not so surprising. We had reason to believe that they had escaped with the aid of Alamigan refugees, after all. Still, Tataru will be delighted to hear we've been reunited. Once we've attended to matters here, of course. Yeah, that was it. Thank you, Matty. If, as you suspect, the Griffin is indeed plotting to summon a primal, we must needs obtain confirmation whilst there's yet time to act. To that end, I propose we question his double. Given his role as the group's de facto mouthpiece, I shouldn't be surprised if he were one of the Griffin's closest associates. And while he may not be aware of the most sensitive details, he can probably tell us the mask's plans in broad strokes. Like the man whom he impersonates, however, he is wary of outsiders. He will not expose himself without a suitable incentive. He will not expose himself without a suitable incentive. Have you considered a candlelit dinner? Yeah, I went there. I'm not sorry. That line is perfect. That line is genuinely perfect. My plan is as follows. You and Alphino will pose as travellers fallen on hard times, inspired by his words to take up arms for a noble cause. I mean, that didn't help, Kazi, I have to agree. That did not help. Ida and I, as members of the Resistance, will recount tales of your past achievements and testify as to your usefulness in the struggles ahead. With our enthusiastic adjurances still ringing in his ears, he will decide to welcome you in person, and we will arrange a meeting. I'm sorry, you expect me to pose as an adventurer fallen on hard times in this outfit? Just putting it out there. I look like an Oxford Don. That is indeed a giant beaver, which wants to suck our blood. You will need to look the part that we might maintain the charade. Game! I really need to stop preempting you, do I? No, Jesus. Until we have him cornered, at least. Here, this should be enough to purchase suitable garments from Talabot, and to have him rub a respectable amount of dirt on them for good measures. Any questions? Yeah, I prefer my own clothes. Jerk. It all seems simple enough, thank you. And with that, Lazarus, let us be off. An Oxford Don, as in someone who is high up at Oxford. Talbot has an assortment of affordable clothing which he sells to the refugees. The sum in that sack should more than suffice, but if it and my name are not enough to secure his cooperation, pay him double. I shall see that you're recompensed. Our identities will be revealed, but it can't be helped. We don't have time for a cleverer approach. Thank you, Bobby. Sadly, these days, every time the word Dong comes along, I keep being reminded of Trails of Cold Steel 4, where there is genuinely an enemy called the Dong, and there is a super version of it, literally called, and I am not kidding, the Magnum Dong. I flew around the mountain in completely the wrong direction, not me. Seriously, I actually took a screenshot of it. Cassie's a Scot. She's also used to my accent. Matty, I am fairly certain that it's deliberate. Give me 2 seconds. I need to grab the screenshot because I'm sure I still have it. Yeah. Just... Especially the description, headbutting is its go-to move. It keeps at it... one mighty thrust followed by another as it builds up its power. And they decided to localize its name to Magnum Dong. Just for reference, this is definitely on purpose because Brittany Avery, at the time the head of the localizing team, literally made a note to her fellow localizers going... there is an excuse to put the name Magnum Dong in the game, and I want you to do it. Later on, she had to quit the team. I'm not entirely sure what the history is there. But apparently they kept the note. And they renamed it to Magnum Dong. Just... Oh dear. Now, where was I? Oh yes, I was playing a video game. With my entourage. Well, don't look at me. You're the one with the sack of gil. You do have the sack of gil, don't you? Yes, I can afford it.
Huh? You want to buy what? I don't know what you're up to, but I want no part of it.
Okay, but do you want a part of this massive sack of gil? A heavy leather pouch entrusted to you by Papalimo. Not all problems can be solved with a fistful of gil. For the rest, one must needs resort to a sack. Really? Oh god, that sounds like a bad idea, Cafe.
Well, you're the ones with the gil, and seeing as you're friends with Papalimo. There, tunic and slops for the both of you, tailored and, treated to your taste. Now off with you before someone sees us together.
Don't tell me you lost them. False balls, man. I'll give you another set if you did, but let's not make a habit of this. Habit? He gives us clothing. Let's make a habit. Also, it looks like my inventory is full. I should probably sell some things at some point. Maybe. I know that was a bad pun, Cassie, and I'm still not sorry. Clothes maketh the man, as they say. Right then, I will go and change and see you at the spot Papalimo marked on our maps. All right. Oh, frick off. There. And what else did I get? Slops. So, there we go. No power on Earth is going to separate me from my top hat. This is the post about the Magnum Dong. Oh my god. Just... Oh dear. I'll have a look later on. To those of you who can't click that link for whatever reason, the Magnum Dong enemy has the description. Just curious how everyone managed to fit it in, given how jam-packed the story is. How did you deal with it? Were you intimidated? It's one of the few monsters I ended up killing before breaking it. Tried to rush it, had a character attack it with her hands, still wouldn't go down. Had to spend 5 racer points for a final burst before it finally calmed down. I feel drained but satisfied. Oh dear. Well, look at us. A pair of down-at-heel adventurers seeking a chance to recapture past glories. Yes, this should suffice. Yes, don't mind the incredibly powerful weapon on my back, nor my fancy top hat. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm not touching that one. And now we play the waiting game. Indeed. Speaking of playing the waiting game, I suppose this is going to take approximately 30 minutes, which will neatly take us to the 2-hour mark that Cassie marked for us. So, thank you all for coming. The next 30 minutes are going to be dead air, but I do want... Let's move it. Ah, hey, mask face.
My thanks, comrades. You must be the esteemed adventurers of whom I've heard so much. I understand you have taken an interest in our cause.
The tone of your voice indicates that you don't really buy any of this shit.
A great interest, you might say.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Alphino, please stop talking before you're killed on the spot by the god of overacting.
Your words have certainly made quite an impression on my friend and I. The Resistance has long, and some would say wisely, avoided open engagements with the Garleans, but you and yours seem confident against the world in arms.
Alphino, I swear to God.
I can only assume you have good reason to be so bold. Why, one might even think you are planning to summon a primal.
God damn it, Alphino.
Because that would do much to explain the sizable shipment of crystals you recently received from your smuggler friends, whom I...
Okay, thank you for immediately dropping all pretense. It was just not worth a headache.
I'd like to hear more about the Griffin. The real Griffin. Your performance earlier didn't fool us.
Ah, the famous scions of the Seventh Dawn. I should have known better than to think I could conceal the truth from you lot. You are right. I am not the Griffin, but I speak with his voice, and it was at his behest that we procured those crystals. You are wrong, however, if you think that we procured them to summon a primal. We used them to reach an accord with the Amalja. In exchange for crystals to summon their god, they will aid us in the fight for Alamegan liberation.
Ow.
You've got to be joking. Have you gone completely mad? When people find out you helped the Lizardmen summon Ifrit, they'll turn on the Resistance. Alamigo will never be free.
This isn't a fairy tale, girl. We don't have the luxury to play at being honorable heroes. It's because the likes of you wouldn't sully your saintly hands that Alamigo's been under the yoke for the past 20 years. But the Griffin won't stand for it, and neither will we. We're ready to do whatever it takes.
Oh my God, you are an idiot.
What proof do you have of this arrangement with the Amalja?
What? Aside from a lack of crystals? None. But the beastmen have a great big pile of the things if you fancy looking. You might want to hurry, though. It'll not be long before they summon their god. Search our camp if you don't believe me. We have naught to hide.
Accept your identity. Constantly and repeatedly.
If there is a cache to be found, Ida and I will find it.
Then let us be off. Are you perchance the Warrior of Light?
Yeah, you might not recognize me without my fancy waistcoat. Apologies.
Aye. I thought so. You should know that a great many who have joined us did so because you saved them.
Was the hat a clue?
Because you showed them that one brave man can make a difference. You saved me too once. Helped a friend over in Quarry Mill make some medicine I needed. But that was a lifetime ago.
Okay, that very faintly rings a bell, but yeah, it was a lifetime ago.
On behalf of my brothers and sisters, I thank you. You gave us hope where there was none, courage and strength when all was lost. We shall not squander your gift.
I know that look, Ida, and I do not like it. You cannot seriously be contemplating taking up arms with that band of cutthroats.
I'm very seriously contemplating taking up arms with that band of cutthroats, yes.
If the Griffin and his men have their way, it is only a matter of time before the situation in Alamigo comes to a head. Your homeland's future teeters on a knife edge, and any reckless action, however small, could have irrevocable consequences. You mustn't lose sight of that, Ida. When the time comes, we must all make our choices, but we must do so in full possession of the facts. Now, let us away. There is work to be done.
Yeah, it's not too bad, in my opinion. So, Ida's going to backstab everyone because she believes in the cause. Okay, and immediately, please. Oh, I feel so much better. Do you not have gear set? I do, I just completely forgot. Quarry Mill, he said. Do you remember... Forgive me, you can't be expected to recall every name and face, and besides, it's not as if it matters. It probably does matter. I've long admired how you live in the present, how you focus on the problems at hand and always keep moving forward. So let us keep moving forward together. We must find and secure those crystals. There's no time for looking back. That is a very, very fancy bird. But yeah, I could have just equipped the gear set from here. Fair enough. Fiery. Ah, it looks like we're almost about to be fighting Ifrit, because that ground looks like it was very scorched. If we take the Griffin's double at his word, then the crystals are now somewhere within Zaharak, ready to be put to use by the Amalja. We must apprise Alisei of all we've learned. I will join you both in Little Alamigo after I've changed. Just do as I do, change in the open. Wait, why did I change in the open? I have an entire entourage who just watched me change. God fucking damn it. Nice of them to add a small cavity in the mountain there. Ah, the arsehole finally arrived. Kept you waiting, eh? My apologies. Now that Thancred has finally arrived, mayhap you could share your latest findings. Well, we found 2 allies.
You mean to tell me that while we were worrying ourselves sick, Ida and Papalima were here all along? Well, they'll all be relieved. And also angry. Mainly angry, I should think. As for the crystals, what choice do we have? We can't very well leave them in the hands of the Amalja. For all we know, they could be preparing to summon Ifrit even as we speak. We must make for Zaharak without delay. Agreed. If there's naught else to discuss, let us depart at once. And so they go forth, in accordance with the Griffin's plan. The players gather to assume their marks on a stage wreathed in flame. Ere long, the curtain shall rise, and the drama of which I am author, God forgive me, shall at last be performed. Naught else remaineth, save to stand at the ready and pray that the chance is seized, for never shall we know its like again. I mean, I like its robe, but I like the fact that the game is still trying to hide who that is. All seems calm here. Is it possible that we've been deceived? You'd think there'd be more obvious signs that something was afoot, but if anything, the place seems quieter than I remember it. I have a bad feeling about this. I confess I expected a warmer greeting, but we must not jump to conclusions, not until we've braved the bowl of embers. And the cup of tea. We must be ready to engage the enemy at any moment. If you would make any final preparations, pray do so now. I shall await your signal. Oh god, this is going to take a very long time. Kazi, is it perhaps a good idea to stop it here and call it 1 hour 45? Ha ha, smiley. Okay. Excuse me? That'll do it.
This isn't right. The Amalja would never leave this place so poorly guarded.
Not willingly, no.
There's a duck.
The saviors of Eorzea. Slow as ever.
By the 12. Will you never learn?
You know, you're right. Mayhap it is time for a change of tack. Killing primals, tormenting beastmen, hastening the birth of a new god. It's all a bit much, isn't it? And frankly, we don't have the leisure to do it. But killing the warrior of light, on the other hand, that would soon plunge Eorzea into chaos.
You know, you could have tried to assassinate me and probably succeeded. This kind of idiotic grandstanding is exactly what's going to get you defeated. Unless, of course, I get defeated in cutscene.
One life for one world. A fair exchange. Wouldn't you agree?
What the fuck was that sound?
Lest you forget, you've more than one opponent.
What the fuck is that face?
Carbuncle! Defend me!
That was needlessly adorable.
I sense you will offer more than mere target practice.
Unlike your sister.
Did I not tell you, Alphino? I am not the girl I once was. My brother was always the clever one, while my talents lay elsewhere.
Yeah, I get the feeling that she's pissed. Also, you know what? Point for badass.
As Eorzea's blade of light once stood by my side, now I shall stand at his and defend this realm with all my might.
Well, she brought a sword to a book fight.
Let's finish this.
It's a Japanese game, Beliar. You know this. Everyone gets to be allowed to give their moment of grandstanding. So it's born. Ah, ah. God damn it. Yeah, you know it. Can I interrupt that? Would you be so good as to stop being invulnerable? It's very rude.
You shall fall soon enough.
There's no escape.
About those? Also, I appear to be standing in fire like a small thing. I'm not okay with you guys being resurrected. That's our shtick. Fair enough, Poppy. It is late, so it makes sense. Thank you. And as ever, cheers for dropping in. I hope you had fun. Oh my god, this is going to drive me absolutely insane.
No more games.
It's hugely appreciated. Ah,
Finally, the dramatic you lose moment.
It ends now. What?
The chains!
You snake! You would betray us as well?
He that holdeth fast unto his convictions shall never count betrayal amongst his crimes, though all the world may call him villain. My path is unchanged, my creed sacrosanct. This I believe with all my heart. But say, warrior of darkness, and speak true, what dost thou believe? That rendering up the souls of thy world in service to the rejoining will grant it salvation? Nay.
By the 12! Oriange!
Shock! Goodness, I would not have recognized you with that.
Mine apologies, Master Alphino. That the brightest light might shine, duty did compel me to walk in darkest shade.
You sweet fool. I was almost willing to believe you had turned against us. I expect a full explanation when this is over. For now, may I assume you have turned your cloak for the last time?
No, my cloak is basically a revolving door.
Lady.
Can you force assemble? Sorry. What is that pose?
Even odds then. No matter. We'll crush the lot of you in one fell swoop!
Yeah, that went really well for you before you pulled out those bullshit chains.
Understood.
Hearken to me. We only have one chance. Channel your ether into my blade that I might strike before the mage casts his spell. I cannot do it alone.
Sorry, actually had to click away.
Make ready! They come!
Stop interrupting me, you bitch.
It's not enough!
What do you mean I mustn't channel so much at once? Be with you in a moment. I need to kill this goddamn tank.
Just a little more.
I'm sorry, but that echo is fucking bullshit. Naturally, we're the heroes. Can someone interrupt this fuckface so that I can channel the Blade of Light? Because he's sort of tearing me to shreds. Okay, sit down. Oh my god, I hate you so much. Can I now channel? Thank you.
Tis done. With this blade, I banish the darkness.
No. Not like this.
But exactly like this. Yeah, I saw that coming.
Alize, are you hurt?
No, I'm fine. Just bleeding from a massive chest in my hole in my abdomen. What do you think?
A touch dizzy, but otherwise fine. Thank you.
Bullshit.
And there you have it. Our friend is too stubborn to die.
We are far from finished. Or have you never considered how we came to this world?
Wow. That smile makes you look like a complete twat waffle.
Crystals? You mean, like the Ascians?
Just so. As the Ascians flee unto the rift twixt plains with crystals of darkness, so did these warriors come hither with crystals of light.
Eloquent, as always. Aye, like the Ascians, we too are beyond death.
That's quite alright, Beowulf.
You cannot defeat that which is eternal.
Wait! Such methods as the Ascians employ require the renunciation of the flesh. You would have had to...
To die already?
At long last, you see. To save our world, we gave our lives.
Kind of like how Urion is just...
our way. An odd job here, a favor there. We never aspired to be warriors of light. But word of our deeds spread, and soon people were calling us heroes. They placed their hopes and dreams on our shoulders, and bid us fight for all that was good and right. We fought, and we fought, and we fought, until there was no one left to fight. We won! And now our world is being erased from existence.
You didn't think for a moment we could actually work with you?
We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this. You of all people should understand. We cannot, we will not falter. We brought our world to the brink of destruction, and now we must save it.
I've died before, Arbet. I'm not afraid to die again.
That's a much lighter voice than I would have expected in that.
No matter how many times we fall, we must rise and carry on the fight for those we left behind.
So they have a magic materia, a command materia, a paired materia.
To have known the depth of sorrow and embraced the highest sacrifice. Nonetheless, Master Louis Sois, guide my hand, I pray you, as fate's thread spinneth upon this most capricious spindle. Quickly! Thou must needs invoke the power of thy crystal.
Either that or I'm going to make a Chaos Emerald joke here. Quickly! Allow me to use about 17 words more than is truly necessary. Just do it, Cassie said. We are well over your 2 hours, you know that, right?
What is this place?
I've been here multiple times before.
Such sorrow. Oh, my dear children.
It can't be.
That sounded very, it can't be.
Mother Heidelin, hearken unto your children's plea. From 2 worlds do we gather, and from 2 worlds do we offer a bounty of light. In this desperate hour we do beseech your intercession. We beg an audience with the word of the Mother, with your chosen Minfilia.
Your cries go not unheard, nor your sacrifices unnoticed. Though many are lost, there are those we can yet save. whom I can yet save.
Minfilia.
Sorry about the nightgown, it's all I had.
Blessed children of the First, the light of your world hath grown blinding in its radiance, but it is not yet absolute. I will hie me to your world, and there take unto myself the light which riseth even now to drown it, as darkness once did drown another.
Now you deign to answer our prayers? I will suffer this farce no longer!
As the Ascians must serve as instruments of Zodiark's will, so too must others carry out the will of Hydaelyn. But for the boon you have granted her, she has grown strong enough to set me free, that I might serve as her emissary. Your suffering, your sacrifice, your supplications, she has heard all. We will not let the first fall to light.
Is that a Dune reference?
Thank you, Urianger, for bringing everyone here. It fills my heart with joy to look upon the faces of my friends once more.
In taking you unto her bosom, I knew that Hydaelyn had bequeathed to you a sliver of her grace, granting you strength long sought. And in treating with the Ascians, I learnt of a star like unto our own, a doomed world of fallen heroes, in whom I glimpsed ourselves, the first. Full long did I search for a means to save this world, concluding at the last that the answer lay in the power of blessed crystals. And thus did I labor to set light against dark.
Sorry for not being too talkative, by the way. This is really freaking intriguing.
Yet I knew from the beginning that this salvation would not come without sacrifice. For the instrument of the First's deliverance would of necessity be required to journey thither, there to remain, mayhap forever.
Ah, bye, Minfilia.
You orchestrated all of this, not to save her, but to send her away!
One life for one world. Such was the bargain, and you the coin, though it were not mine to spend.
Have we not walked together in the light of the crystal, and at her bidding borne witness to the joys and sorrows of this land? Each and every one of you knows my heart. If this be the price I must pay, I pay it gladly.
You would go alone, then?
My dearest Thancred, you who have ever watched over me, I am truly grateful for all you have done on my behalf, as would my father be. Your kindness, your compassion, your love. These are your gifts to me, and our gifts to them, forming a bond which transcends time and space.
I did not. I just recognized the name of Arrakis, Malaya.
Sometimes I forget you are not the child I once knew. Make me proud.
Nice.
Long have I watched you from Heidel's side. Watched as you nurtured and kept safe the light of the dawn.
Yeah, you're welcome, by the way.
The dark recesses of the world hide untold secrets and dangers. Thus do I entrust to you, Tupsimati. I pray you, keep to the path, that you may never have need of it.
Wasn't that Louis Roy's ultimate weapon, basically? Sorry. It feels so irreverent. The main character standing there going, oh, this ancient artifact. Right, back pocket. Right, where were we?
It seems the power of our crystals is all but spent. Perhaps, if there is naught else to be done.
Hear me, servant of Heidelin. If you would have us place our trust in you, then I would ask a favor. Take us with you. Take us home. We were blind to the truth once, so I tell you this, as one fool to another. Light, dark, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you choose to use them. We made our choice and you see what came of it, so please, forge a different path. Seize a better fate.
Okay. This cutscene had better hurry the fuck up, though. I've been busting for a piss for 5 minutes now.
'Tis a strange feeling. So many times have I watched you depart, my heart filled with worry. And ever did you return to me in triumph.
Yeah, I'm the Warrior of Light. I know. I'm skilled. I'm really good at this. You can go now. Save that world. Shoot!
Someday, when I have found a way to free this star from her sorrow, I promise you I shall repay the favor.
A bathroom break would be favoured. Bye! If I wake up beneath a waterfall, I am killing you. Okay, good. Oh God, we never told her, did we?
Thank you, Lamine, for everything.
Oh dear. Okay. I think this is a good point to end. But this was a very, very excellent bit. Guys, I'm going to wrap up really quickly, so I'm just going to raid... I'm just going to raid. Thank you all so much for being here. More of this madness next time. But for now, I just want to bid you all a very good night. Hopefully a very excellent weekend. And I'll see you next time. Oh, shit, yeah, I completely forgot. Does anyone know if Lilinia is going to be live for long? Because otherwise I'm just going to quickly raid Brian and call it a day, because I usually do that on Fridays. He's doing MSQ to raid him, fair enough. He also has way fewer viewers. Oh, goddammit, he's way ahead of me in the MSQ. I'm going to be spoiled. Anyway, everyone, once again, thank you so much for being here. Let's quickly go raid Lilinia. I want to bid you all a very good night, and hopefully see you next time. Good night. Maybe I should have the stop streaming button ready. There we go. Good night.